used to. Music now, man. Life is good. First of all, I want to thank all the distinguished guests that are here. And later on, we're going to have Governor Carter, Lieutenant Governor Bryant, Secretary Holzman, Treasurer Jay Reeves, Commissioner Spell, Commissioner Cheney, Judge Waller, and the rest of the distinguished guests. You all probably remember Hank Johnson. He's that bright congressman who became famous earlier this year when he said that he was afraid that adding more sailors to the Guam Naval Base might just tip that island over into the Pacific. Now, I got a call from the Honorable Georgia Democrat Congressman Hank Johnson, and he said, Bill, you need to be real careful about moving over to the side, that east side, west side of Mississippi. Too many people over there just might tip the state into the river. Where do they get these Democratic geniuses? I do agree that one thing is going to tip over and sink, and that's our nation. If conservative Republicans like myself are not elected to retake the United States Congress. Marcy, and I'm asking to be your conservative Republican representative of the United States House of Representatives for the 2nd District. I'm asking the good people of the 2nd District to send me to Washington to keep this nation from tipping over and sinking into a river of red ink. Let me introduce my lovely wife, Susan, who's my inspiration and the love of my life. Susan and I are really excited that we are now citizens of the great city of Vicksburg. Our move there will be the first step in moving Congressman Thompson and his close friends, Mrs. Pelosi and Mr. Reed, out of Washington. It is time for them to come home to vote. The people of the 2nd District are as poor today as they were when he took over in 17 years ago. They need a fair shake. Benny certainly has prospered since he went to Washington. I think for his sake, it's time for him to retire and reap some of those benefits of his multi-million-dollar bank account that he has amassed while in Washington. Maybe he can go back to the Bahamas with his good friend Charlie Rangel. And Charlie can get away from the Ethics Commission. I hear one of those nightclubs down in Bahamas have created the newest dance craze. It's called the Benny Thompson Shakedown Shuffle.
Bring it, Bill, bring it.
My campaign is simple. I have simple, time-honored Mississippi values. The values of faith, family, and prosperity that come from hard work. I believe that government cannot make our way for us, and they should not stand in our way when we try to make it on our own. I believe that the role of government is to give folks a fair shake and not a shakedown. A fair shake begins with the family, the backbone of the American way of life. I believe that life begins at the beginning of conception. Therefore, all abortions are immoral, irresponsible, and should all be illegal. As a black father, I am particularly horrified at the high rate of minority abortions, and even more horrified that the so-called black leadership supports this horrible practice. It should bother us deeply that we might have already aborted the next Albert Einstein, the next Martin Luther King Jr. But I just think of all the ordinary, productive, tax-paying citizens that we have prevented from seeing the day of light and help support this country. Once elected, I will support all legislation that denies even a dime of taxpayer money to support the industry of death. Human life deserves a fair shake. The fair shake of the American family does not stop here. If tax cuts now in place are allowed to expire, the Democrats have effectively imposed the largest tax hike in history. The average family gains taxes will go up. Tax on dividends will go up. And the death tax will come back with a vengeance at $50. Since no one in Washington, since no one is sure what our Democratic Congress and the President will do concerning these taxes, it is already having an effect on businesses and job creations in this country and Mississippi. Business decisions are being put on hold until uncertainty is resolved. When it comes to tax, Mississippians deserve a fair shake and not a shake. In addition, higher taxes from the expiration of tax cuts and even more tax cuts coming from the passage of Obamacare, the new health care law is already taking tolls and lost business opportunities. Fewer people are being hired, fewer business expansions. Businesses are cutting back and are reluctant to hire new people because of these new detrimental health care regulations. A poll recently released by the United States Chamber of Commerce found that 25% of all small business owners surveyed said higher taxes pose the greatest threat to job creation. The greatest concern for business advocates is the proposed increase in investment tax. The change in the taxes on dividends and capital gain will almost certainly have a negative effect on stock prices, especially companies that pay dividends. A basic rule of economics is you should not increase taxes during a recession. By doing so, you stifle creation. Like John McCain said, it's real hard to create jobs when you act like you hate job creators. Mississippi families and businesses deserve a fair shake and not a shakedown. The next fair shake is about faith. The Constitution of the United States did something that no others did in the history of human mankind. It said that the nation will protect the rights of every citizen for freedom of religion. Government should not endorse a religion. It should not prevent religious practice. It should not stand in the way of anyone who wants to practice a religion of their choice. I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ is my personal Savior, and I wish that every American could feel that joy that I feel from my faith. And I know that not everyone will believe Jesus. And I know the government cannot deny their rights to practice their religion. Morons seem to have taken over our government, trying to remove God from a nation founded on godly principles. To continue the tradition of our founding fathers, who understood the importance of God in the life of this nation. The fair shake of faith and family cannot happen without the men and women of our armed forces defending our liberty. I am thankful for the selfless contributions of our soldiers and their families as they put their lives on the line to make sure that I have a fair shake. I will do everything in my power to make sure that they enjoy a fair shake as well. Their fair shake means housing and pay equal to the sacrifice that they are making. Their fair shake means we will do everything we can to comfort the spouses and the children while they are on the field of battle. The fair shake means that we will do everything we can to protect the predatory businesses that target them. The American military deserves a fair shake. Everybody knows that illegal immigration is a serious problem in the country and needs to be dealt with. I don't believe there is any right-minded individual who believes that our borders should not be secured. Our borders need to be secured and secured now. That illegal immigrants are unregistered immigrants. It only takes one illegal with a bomb in his backpack to cross the borders and to cause untold damage to our city. That, in addition to the burden of illegals are putting on our welfare system through food stamps, public schools, and not to mention the overburdening of our hospital emergency room right here in Mississippi. I am amazed that my opponent, the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, has not done one single thing to resolve this problem. The other night in Greenwood, he went so far as to blame illegal immigration that have forced to pay for this ridiculous lawsuit. I have a report from the Western Center of Journalism that names Benny Thompson as one of the most radical left-wing socialist economists. Thompson and any of his radical leftist friends, members of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. The report says that this group of congressmen are deep and long-standing ties to the socialist movement in America, and is presently pushing its Marxist agenda into legislation, strategically dismantling the constitutional process. Mississippians, it's time to stand up for their sake for the American people and their way of life. Mississippians, it's time to stand up with me to crush and destroy the socialist movement trying to take over our nation. Mississippians, it's time to stand up and fight for the United States Constitution. And we and other conservatives voices to Washington in November. And together, let's fight for our country. God bless you. God bless Mississippi. And God bless America.